Manchester United might finally have their replacement for magnificent David Gill, as Greenwood remains unstoppable in shock draw versus Atletico Madrid. Sir Alex Ferguson described David Gill's departure as a big loss when his Manchester United exit was confirmed. Gill had spent 10 successful years as chief executive, and he was the perfect foil to Ferguson, helping recruitment and overseeing multiple squad overhauls. But he felt it was the right moment to leave. Ferguson said, "Him stepping down is a big loss to me, but the fact that he is staying on the board encourages me that the reason for his departure is heartfelt, that he believes it is time for the club to move on. If I could have found a way of persuading him to stay, I would love to have done that. But he has made his decision and I respect him for it." Gill said it had been the greatest privilege to serve United for 16 years in total, and added, "I have always been conscious of the fact that I was always just a temporary custodian of this marvelous institution. I am also of the view that all businesses need to refresh themselves with new management and ideas, and after 10 years in charge, I believe it is appropriate for someone new to pick up the baton." Ferguson retired in the same summer. Unfortunately, the person who picked up the baton was Ed Woodward, and he oversaw a decade of failure. Just 3 trophies were won. Before leaving in January 2022, Bristol University graduate Woodward was not qualified to run the football side of the club, and around £1 billion was wasted on his watch, which his successor wanted to distance himself from. Richard Arnold, a fellow graduate Bristol University and friend of Woodward, vowed to be different, but that rebrand always seemed like an impossible task given the pair's links and their shared economics pedigree. To Arnold's credit, he empowered football director John Murdoch, and there were different voices on investor calls, while he also stepped away from footballing matters and focused on commercial business. However, many felt his position was untenable due to the Mason Greenwood situation, which became a public disaster for the club in August, and few supporters were disappointed to see him leave. With investment from Sir Jim Ratcliffe set to be ratified imminently, Arnold decided to go before he could be pushed, and Jean-Claude Blanc has been widely tipped to succeed him as the club's CEO. Blanc was formerly the chief executive at Juventus, and he left a senior role at Paris Saint-Germain last December to look after INEOS sporting portfolio, so he possesses the required credentials. Woodward and Arnold could never step into Gill's shoes, but Blanc has a chance. He's vastly experienced and exactly the type of person the club needs, because spending money has never been the problem at Old Trafford. It has been the poor management in the boardroom. It's hoped decisions like the European Super League and Greenwood debacle won't happen again when Ratcliffe arrives, and Ineos want to appoint the best in the industry to give themselves every chance of success. The days of Glazer acolytes running the club are coming to an end, and a new sporting director is expected to be appointed, with football director John Murdoch set to step away from his role. The men revealed this week Ineos have gathered positive feedback on Murdoch following a process of due diligence, and it's thought he could yet stay and shift to an administrative role instead. Newcastle's Dan Ashworth is the Ineos' prime choice for the sporting director role, and names like Paul Mitchell and Michael Edwards have been touted elsewhere. United need the best people in the boardroom, and the early signs from Ratcliffe are encouraging. In other news, Mason Greenwood continues sterling form in Getafe's shock draw away to Atletico Madrid. As Manchester United stumble from one insipid attacking display to another, Mason Greenwood continues to impress at Getafe. With 3 goals and 4 assists in 13 league appearances, the forward is well and truly back in form. His attacking displays have catapulted Getafe to 8th place in the league, just 4 points off European places. He continued his sterling. Getafe earned an improbable point in a thrilling 3-3 draw, helped by Borja Mayoral's brace. However, it was Mason Greenwood who was at the center of every attacking move, as he proved too good to handle for the famed Diego Simon defense. Greenwood had 82 touches of the ball, as every attacking sequence had his footprint for Getafe. With 3 key passes and 4 successful dribbles, Greenwood was a menace for the Atletico defense, as he repeatedly surged in field after beating his man and scrambling the defense. He took 5 shots at goal, 2 of which found their target, including a rasping drive from outside the area which had Jan Black parrying it away with strong hands. Although he ended the game without a goal or an assist, it wasn't for a lack of effort on his end. Getafe completely bossed the game, finishing with 29 shots in total, but managed only 3 goals. Greenwood, meanwhile, would be extreme. Clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona have already reportedly registered their interest in the player, and United's gamble of sending him on loan to rehabilitate his value looks to be working. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.